at that! Look!
It didn't sound like Billy Connolly then.
It just went poof! And then the mic went on. And I didn't need to fucking click anything. That is fucking awesome. I should have got Stream Deck working fucking ages ago. How you doing, everybody? Happy New Year. Episode 331 of the UK Vape Show. You may notice that Adam's not here. He's currently down south, whatever the hell that means. So, yeah.
Obviously, it's not sexy time with his wife. He is actually driving.
Yeah, he is actually driving.
Yeah, it's not a euphemism.
It's not a euphemism at all. And, yeah, new screen as well. So you're looking at us on a 4-stand monitor.
We've got to be very careful as well because we can't swear for the first 9 seconds now, can we?
That's right, the YouTube thing. Yeah.
I probably already have.
After 9 seconds of streaming.
Right, I am going to have to mute for 9 seconds of the stream at the start, I'm telling you.
Well, you're right. See, the bit that I can't work out about is, you know, like obviously you have that jazz music on before it. Does that count as the start of the stream?
I think it does.
Or is it when we start?
Because I think they count it from the very beginning of the broadcast. I don't know.
No, it's not the last 9 seconds of the stream as well, because that's my fucking sign-off book.
Well, the UK Vape Show never get monetised anyway because it's got vape in the name.
Yeah.
So, anyway, going round...
Did you see that with... Sorry to interrupt you again. Did you see that with Matt Cully?
What?
Did you see that with Matt Cully?
No.
Obviously, they've been trying to ban him for absolutely ages.
Oh, yeah, the strikes and stuff.
Yeah, well, now they've brought him in as a partner, as a product tester.
What?
Yeah. Product tester.
Product tester after all the fucking strikes and shit he's been through.
Yeah. Well, is that 9 seconds one? Right, we're banned.
Yeah, we're fucked now. Anyway, who we pick on first? We'll pick on Sean first.
Yeah, I've not got out really exciting tonight. Drag X Pro, as usual, me fucking work beater. In there, I have got some Ribery lemonade, but the bottle is in the house. I think. Yeah, the bottle is in the house. I have also got the SX Mini V Class, which they kindly sent for testing. And in there, I have also got some Ribery. And I am also on my Purge Parabellum.
Ooh.
And in there, I have got some lemon meringue. Lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue.
By the Rochford Project, aye. And that's me.
Moving on, Mr. Aiden of the Little Bro Vapes.
Happy New Year to everybody. I hope we are all fine and dandy out there in YouTube land. I'm on the VI class, which I've been quite enjoying that. It's really nice. But I tell you what, I have found sometimes with the pure setting of it, on the 0.8 ohm pod of it, it sometimes comes up that there's no liquid. So you're drawing on it at 18 watts, roughly around about 18 watts. You're drawing up and then it'll cut out. And
which tank's that?
It's the 0.8.
The pure one?
Yeah, the pure 0.8. And it's saying that there's no liquid when it's full. So I have found that with it. But apart from that, I've really enjoyed it. I'm on the 0.4 ohm one. And it's coming out at 40 watts. And in that, I've got my Blaze, which I normally have. Come on, you damn thing. There we are. My Blaze, Pucker Juice. Then just in from Steam Crave is the Mason RTA. That we're coming up for review, and they sent another side-by-side in as well. The light in that, we have got some Crimson Seed. I absolutely love that jam tart.
Oh,
very nice.
Like I say, I normally vape that after I've had something to eat for an hour or so. It's like your pudding in it. It's a bit of pudding.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
I've also got the Chroma R with the Berserker tank on top, and again in that I've actually got some shitty, horrible stuff. Elf, it's from Elf Bar, I think, and it's Elf Liquid or Elf Lick or Afflick, and it's supposed to be a spearmint, but that doesn't taste like a spearmint, and it's absolutely horrible. So I don't recommend that to anybody. That's me.
Do you know your V class? Have you had any issues with any of the pure tanks leaking?
I have had a look. You know, I've thought it's actually been when I've filled it, because when you fill it and it's actually in it, if you've got to like sort of go around it like that, haven't you? But I have had a little bit of juice in there, but I didn't know if it was actually from me filling it.
Yeah, I've had a bit of issue with leaking on one of them, but I put the other one in and it was fine.
Well, really good. I've really liked it. Apart from when I lost the black one.
So gets my turn. Just usual setup. G Class 2 with the blazed, the Eclipse Dual sitting on top. Peach Custard sitting in there. And the paint's not chipped yet. I'm going to keep checking. I keep expecting it to start fucking up. Usual mouth to lung setup. It's the VS Dual with the Brunhild. I've got, what the fuck have I got in this? I have got some Simply Leaf American Flu Cured Tobacco from 2019. I've got the usual black vine set up there with the Blotto and the SL Class V2.
I actually like the look of that tank on that side-by-side mod.
I've got this little fella.
Is that the new Lost Vape stuff?
It's the new LVE. It's the new LV. It's not Lost Vape. It's a spin-off from Lost Vape. It's the new LVE Orion version 2.
Looks nice, that.
It's fucking airflow control. You've got mouth to lung, direct to lung coils, and it goes up to a max of 40 watts. But the thing that got me was this, right? So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's wicked. It's a hologram.
Yeah, it's a hologram thing they've got in the box. I thought, that's fucking cool.
Oh, Aidan really got excited there. He thought it was a fucking solar panel.
There you go. You're taking me ideas.
So that's what I'm vaping on. I've been thoroughly enjoying this thing, though. The panels are magnetised, so you've got a whole bunch of different panels that you can buy for this thing, but I've been thoroughly enjoying this.
Nice little neat thing, isn't it?
Eh?
It's a nice little neat thing.
It is. It's fucking heavy because it's not aluminium like the old Orions were. This is fucking zinc alloys. There's a fair bit of weight to it.
I have no idea, Bob. Ask me middle finger. It just happens every now and again.
What did he say?
I put my middle finger up earlier on for no reason. You know how it is.
I do that all the time. Ben, of the two companies that split, who's releasing what form? Right, from what I was told by the LVE company, LVE have the rights to the Orion, the Therion, the Paranormal, one of the early Squonkers, Therion, Paranormal, one of the... what's the other one? There's another one that was a DNA-based mod. They've got all the rights to that.
Was it the Orion or something?
Yeah, I bet you said the Orion. But they've got all the rights to that, and it was about, I think it was like 17 people just quit Lost Vape. It's like, bye, we're forming our own company. And that happened last year. Because that's why if you look at what Lost Vape are doing now, that Centaurus, the M200 that they released, was a completely different design, which they don't usually do. They usually look all the same, but it was a completely different design. That's because for the Centaurus, Lost Vape struck a deal with LVE to use the name, but they couldn't use the previous design. That's why it looked like a hexome. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
There's a lot of vape companies over the years that have done that. If you look at like Archery and EH Pro and people like, there's a lot of them split. And then you've got the likes of now Smock, who bought out with Tofo, Ororoff, didn't they? Who else did they buy out? Ororoff. Who else did they buy out? They bought somebody else out, didn't they?
It's a little puppy dog. Little puppy dog.
Wish I could lick my own balls.
I'd never leave the house.
These companies that you've seen, haven't you? Where they split off or they bought out.
Yeah. And it happens. It happens quite a lot. How you doing, Sean? It happens quite a lot.
Look at Oxford as well. Jason Lee, he was the designer for Geek Vape.
Yep. And it happened to Aspire a couple of times in the early days. A lot of Aspire folks and Geek Vape folks left to form Vandy Vape.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot. It's happened a hell of a lot.
We were actually speaking about this before. It's like us as reviewers, you deal with certain people and you've dealt with them for like years, and you don't get to know them, but you talk to them quite often. They'll let you know what's happening or whatever, and then all of a sudden you'll not hear anything from them, and you'll think, have I done something wrrong or whatever, and then all of a sudden you'll get somebody else.
Somebody with a
I took over this job.
Completely different name. That happens a lot, and it happens a lot usually after the Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Which we're coming up to now, actually, at the end of this month. It happens a lot.
Is it the year of the rabbit?
The what?
The year of the rabbit.
That's right. The year of the bunny.
Yeah. It's a bunny.
So, bunny, it's your year coming up for China.
Did you all have a good Christmas anyway?
Yeah.
No, poorly.
Yeah.
Ate a
Story of my
lot,
life.
drank a lot, and was happy. I had a great Christmas. Great Christmas.
Yeah, I was saying to you guys before when I had a lovely Christmas day. It was fucking awesome with the kids and stuff like that. And then Boxing Day, I took proper ill and I had that shitty flu that's going around. And when I say shitty, I mean shitty as fuck.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It was proper bad, like proper kick. I was in bed from Boxing Day till the Friday.
Ooh.
So that was my Christmas time off kind of ruined. Don't get me wrong, I got plenty of rest.
I work with a woman who, her name's Jan. She's one of the managers there. She's one of these that old school. Even if she's poorly, she'll just soldier on, and even she had time off, and it's not like she'll only come back the other Tuesday.
It's horrendous. I'm the same, mate. I would go to work with a cold, or I would still crack on with whatever I had planned, and even if I had like a cold, or I've even done it with flu before and stuff like that. You know, it's one of them. But this time, there's absolutely no way I could have possibly ever functioned at work, functioned doing anything, parenting. There was no way. If I didn't have Lisa, it would have been knackered. The kids would have probably been eating out the bins.
The trouble is though, I had to go and work through it, because if I didn't, then there wouldn't be any Christmas. You know, the same as you. It's self-employed.
You've got to work.
You've got to work,
Yeah,
and even Lou said you've done really well. Got a pat on the back, which is nice.
Oh,
I got a pat on the back to get through it, but obviously I finished on the Friday.
Do you know when she patted
Tuesday.
you on the back and you go, thank you,
Thank you. You did so well to get through it.
thank you.
Oh, I felt terrible. I felt really bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Like, other than that, it was nice time off. I took. That's the other good thing about being self-employed, right? Is obviously 9 times out of 10 on the run up to Christmas, you've ended up building up a lot more cash than what you would normally do.
Yeah.
So I had the option to kind of take a few extra days off work. You know, like I can turn around and say, oh, I'm not going to go back on Friday. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? So I've kind of done that. I'm back tomorrow, which I'm pissed off about. But yeah, I'm going back tomorrow to start a job.
Is it an easy job, or what type of job is it?
Yeah, it's just a little job. I'm just putting a shower in for someone. It's already bath but half tiled, and then I've got a tile above the half tiles, and then put a shower in, like a bar mixer shower screen in, stuff like that.
Oh, that's not bad then. At least you're inside.
Nice easy job.
Oh, it'd be easy for you. If I tried it, I'd fucking end up flooding. I'd end up flooding the bathroom and electrocuting myself.
Yeah, whilst trying to hold the tiles on with fucking no nails.
Yeah.
Can you remember half of his office were actually just held together? In fact, have they actually replastered that other office yet? 'Cause when you took your stuff off the wall,
it's a little curtain sewer, like a little self-employed curtain sewer. And she used to work with my mother actually, but before she moved in, when I was moving out of the original office, and I was like, you know, it was like. In fact, it was shelves like the ones straight across. See those shelves there? They're held on with no more nails as well. Everything was stuck on in that fucking office with no more nails. Thing is, I didn't know that no more nails soaked into the plaster. So when I was going like that, it was like a fucking big chunk of the wall came off. And it was like, when I moved out... The landlord went, Vic, you've left that place in a fucking royal mess. And I'm like, sorry. They had to take the plasterboard, because it was all nailed up anyway. They had to take the plasterboard down and replace it all.
Can you remember the advert for No More Nails?
I do.
Where that guy put the chair on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was sat up on the chair.
Because it's fucking strong.
I wonder how many
No
people
More Nails.
fucking tried that, though.
The actual first one like that, though, that sort of advert was actually for that wallpaper paste, wasn't it? They used to get that bloke in 80s. And he used to have
was
like
stuck to the board.
Yeah, stuck to board.
Yeah, and the wallpapered over him.
Probably. Yeah. Now they've got that thing as well, like if you've got a leak, they've got tape that you just put straight over top of it. And apparently you can cut a boat in half and then tape it back up and it'll not leak.
There you
I've
go,
not
Max,
seen
on there.
that.
Solvite it was.
Solvite. That's the stuff.
I'll tell you what's good as well, Gorilla Glue.
Brilliant stuff.
I just
That'll
use
hold
no more
anything.
nails. Just everything.
Brilliant
no more
stuff.
nails.
His bed's made up with no more nails. Shit, that's it. All no more nails up.
No more nails. Fucking no more nails. Just fuck it. It's not like that. It's fucking cheap for a big, huge fucking tube of this stuff. It's awesome.
The stuff's a nightmare if you get it on your hands, though.
As.
Did Pud put his up with no more nails as well when he did his office?
Yeah, and they all looked a bit
wonky. We used to have such a good giggle with that. And then when he put the tit on top of it. I feel sorry for him now. He must be going. I've not spoken to him for a little while. I'm going to have to message him. I bet he's with everything with the NHS and that. I bet he's, because he was so overworked when it was COVID.
It's
I bet
he's even fucking worse now.
Worse now.
The NHS is crumbling.
They've had to start getting doctors now to do car visits. You know, people are waiting in the cars. There's actually a doctor stood outside to go in there.
Although from what I've heard, it's not as bad up here in Scotland, but there is signs of it happening up here.
I mean, when I was poorly last week, on the Thursday, it got to the point where I didn't think it was going to go away, and I needed some kind of antibiotics or something because it turned into a chest infection.
Yeah.
So I tried ringing me doctors. First thing in the morning, mind. When it opened, I tried ringing, couldn't get fucking through. I was on like a waiting list of like 50, 60 people, and you know for a fact I've only got about 50 appointments during the day. And then, so I sacked that off, tried to do one of the e-consults that they've started doing, these e-consult things where you fill the form in, send it into them, and then they'll give you a call back or they'll recommend what you need to do next. Went to put that in, all of them had gone because they only have a certain amount of them as well. Then I rang 111.
What's your number?
I've got your number. I rang 111 and they had like a warning on saying that you could be waiting 21 hours for a callback. I thought I'm gonna have to go through A&E. There was no way I would have been able to function by the end of the day at all because I couldn't breathe. I could hardly breathe. I was having chest pains a lot. So I got my mum to take me through A&E, and when I got to A&E, obviously because I'd said it was chest pains, I kind of got put in. They've got this side thing now where they triage you, and if it's anything to do with chest pains or anything like that, they sort it out straight away. Got sent down for an X-ray, got bloods done. Was there 4 hours. There was people there, right? There was people there in that waiting room that had been there for 21 hours and hadn't even been seen.
Oh,
21 hours.
Fuck.
So if you've got like a broken foot or something like that, like a broken finger or something like that, like where you would normally go to A&E, you'd be there a couple of hours, get it sorted, get one of them splint things put on your finger. You're not, because you're not a priority.
No, it's horrible, and I feel for the nurses. It's not their fault. I remember once, like your doctors, they used to have 3 doctors on at once. Where my surgery now, you've got 1 doctor and a nursing consultant.
It's usually 2 or 3 doctors at my local surgery, but this local surgery basically does the entire town. It's a town of like fucking 25,000 people. So I'm the same as Sean. I've got a huge waiting list if I try and phone them in the morning.
It's luck of the draw that you get on that like kind of, and you get on like a low number, so like say 10 or 15 or something like that, you get on in the waiting list. But once you've hit kind of 40 or 50, it's pointless.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, the call will time out.
Yeah.
Before you even get seen spoken to.
No, it's not good. It just seems that I know the doctors are working, but he seems to be the more interested in doing the callbacks than actually seeing you. And then you have to go. And I know we've talked about this loads of times, but then you have to go through the Margaret who works on reception, who used to work at Greg's, is now a doctor. She knows everything, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's a fucking nightmare. She is. I think mine's called Margaret as well.
I got a chest infection and earache, but because I mentioned earache, she tried to send me to the pharmacist.
Yeah.
And I went to her, what about the chest infection? Yeah, but you mentioned you had an earache. Yeah, but I also mentioned I'd got a chest infection. I just need some antibiotics, love. That's what I need. I don't need to go oh, man.
It's that thing where, they start saying, so what's wrong with you? What you actually want to see a doctor for? Are you a doctor? No. Well, I don't want to tell you, to be honest. It's a personal problem that I want to see the doctor for. Oh, well, we need to know so that we can put you to the right doctor. I said, just send me to see a doctor.
It's the same here. Same here.
I did get really upset with that. I just said to her, I've got really itchy balls.
I'm stealing that.
I'm not being funny, but Lou doesn't let me phone anywhere. If the kids are off as well, it's now a conspiracy with the school, right? Because what they do is they start knocking on your door to welfare check. So if my kids are poorly, they're poorly. That's it. They're not going to school. So they knock on your door. They come round in a bus, right? So when Lou answers the door, she's really, really nice. Yeah, no problem. She'll shout the kids down from the bed and they just have to look at them and then they go back up to bed. So when I answer the door, I'll go, what are you doing here? I've already told you. I've got a doctor's note. You know that she's poorly. Well, can I just see her? I went, no, she's asleep in bed. She's been coughing all night. So the bloke now gets out with it, just in case I'm there, because I'm proper grumpy.
You should come down with like a leather apron on and a leather face mask.
Are you ready?
And a chainsaw.
The thing is, I was like so angry once. I went and looked at the government guidelines. The government guidelines say nothing, and the only reason is that she gets paid to make sure people go to school.
Oh, she's basically a truant officer. That's essentially what she is. Right.
Checking to see if you're
But
full of shit.
she's not just going. You know, like if you go there, you have to email the prescription or a note from a doctor.
We don't need
And this
to do
isn't
that
just
up
my
here.
child; it's everybody who goes to this school.
Fucking hell!
You have to do it. And my doctor's going to Louise, why are... This was brilliant, this. They sent a letter saying, look, we're going to talk to you about how we're going to be able to get your kids back to school now. Daniel was deaf. He had grommets put in his ears. So if he got a cold or anything like that, went straight to his ears, massive earache.
Yeah.
And it was from nursery up to like now. Fern's got really bad asthma. So again, if she gets a cold, it's a chest, bang, she can't breathe.
Yep.
Holly is exactly the same. So if it goes in our family, in the poorly, it goes round them all.
Oh, everybody gets it. Yeah, everybody.
So anyway, I phoned this woman up and I said, so you've sent me a letter telling me that you're going to help me to get my children back to school. She went, yes, it's just a non-formal meeting. I said, look, are you a miracle worker? She went, what do you mean? I went, well, have you got some massive cure for me children? She says, I don't understand what you mean. I says, well, why am I coming for a meeting and explain to them my son's ears, my daughter's chest and all that? You're not going to cure them, are you? Well, no. I says, well, there's no point to the meeting. I says, I've got doctor's notes. It's logged. If there's a problem, take me to court. And you're the one who's going to look a total tit when I go to him. Look, my kids are just poorly. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, they're not fucking well.
Fuck's sake, that's a
You know
nightmare.
what I mean? It's fucking mad. I like that one.
Believe me, if my kids can go to school, they are going to school. I don't want them here.
You go, yeah.
I can't turn the fucking volume up on the porn when I'm having a wank. You know what I mean? They're going to school, believe me. That's the whole point of Louise going to university. I'm on my own. Dun, 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 dun. Woo!
Oh yeah, when does she start uni?
She's already started university. She started in September. She starts a placement now on the 9th of January in Doncaster Hospital.
Oh, Donnie.
She's looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I'm not, but she is. She's way excited.
You've got a month off, haven't you?
Yep, I'm off now to the 31st, so yeah, it's going to be good. Hopefully get some reviews out, and the shows should be nice and frequent.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
I like that word, frequent.
Frequent.
Is it like plethora?
Plethora.
No, she was horrible. She used to be in my school. She used to have really big purple fingernails. Well, I'll tell you what, talking about having some time off of work, obviously we did the Christmas show, didn't we?
We did.
Which was very, very merry.
Very fucking merry. Very merry. Thanks to Mr. Metaxa. Holy fuck.
It was, and Vic, you got some ideas, didn't you, son?
Did I?
You did.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so I've been very, very busy this week, getting sorted, going back to work and stuff like that. And normally me and Jenny would get together and sort out the Vic's job, and Jenny would go out and follow him for a bit and watch him doing his work and stuff. We haven't had time to sort that out, and so Aidan went out and checked where he was, and because again, as usual, you try to ask Vic what you're doing this week for your work, Vic, and he gives you very little information. I don't know if he's embarrassed or something. But he gives you very little information. So Aidan went out and caught up with him, and so obviously he was making himself his little cocktails and stuff. And I don't know if anyone who watched the Floof cast the day before the UK, I think it was on the Tuesday before the UK Vape show, last one.
Pink gin.
He was on about how you make gin and how you do gin and what you've got to do with gin and instead of just banging it in his fucking mouth and fucking drinking it. So anyway, he had an idea.
Oh God.
And this was where he went. He went to do a job as a flarer.
Oh
A
my.
cocktail flarer. Yeah. So you ever want to drink Misksin or anything like that? He does all the tricks and flicks them about over his head and shit.
Mate, it was just like watching Tom Cruise in Cocktail. It was.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's lost half a cheek as well.
That's my bad. That's my bad cutting out. If you notice as well, he's had an haircut.
And you never cut it out. You took this photo and
Yeah, it's on the photo. Yeah. I meant when I cut it out on the photo. That's me taking a photo, by the way.
Is it? We can't see you, mate.
No, himself.
But yeah, so he's been making himself some cocktails and stuff. So how did you find it, Vic? How did you get on? Were you quick enough and shit?
No, I wasn't quick enough, and I kept spilling the cocktails, and then I got drunk at the end because the cocktails were really fucking nice, and I just kept drinking them. It was a good job for the 2 days I was working at it, though.
Well, he thought the manager as well. He called him a wanker at the end.
And he told the bar lady that he loved her, put his arm around her. He's like,
Yeah, I love you.
I love you. You're
I
phenomenal.
fucking love you. I fucking love you.
Are you coming back to my place? I've got iron brew.
I love the little head shake he did there.
Just some iron brew. Come on, let's go. Hog mini soon.
Oh fuck!
So what are you gonna do then, Vic? Are you gonna stick to flaring, or are you gonna attempt something else?
No, I'm gonna attempt something else. I'm gonna attempt something else. I wanted to stick with that job, but I'd end up with fucking liver damage.
Yeah. And
The only thing you would make cocktails with, apparently from what I've heard, the only thing you would make cocktails with was whiskey.
And gin.
No, brandy. Well, brandy were on the other day, wasn't it?
Was
Yeah,
it?
it was Metaxa brandy. That bottle's
Yeah.
gone.
Did
That's
half a
gone.
bottle of it.
Mate, it was gone on the Christmas show.
It
was
actually.
nearly gone that night.
But there was like that much left, and I went, yeah, fuck it, I'll have that. I'll have that for Christmas Day. Bad
That has
idea.
got to be the most pissed I've ever seen you. And I've seen you at Expo.
I've casted with him for years and years and years, right? And I have never known him to drink that much.
Even at Expo, mate, he was smashed the first day at Expo. That Thursday when we turned up, there was me, him, Nick, Jenny, and you and Paul.
Paul McCartney, yeah.
You and Paul, we were all sat around the table, and he was blitzed.
Yeah, because we all got there early, and I thought, well, we're just going to sit down for one pint, and then I realised it's not going to be one pint because fucking Grizz is sitting with us.
Yeah, no
No, when me and Paul turned up, which were about 5 o'clock, you two were way merry, and you were just like, I think we're getting food. You were smiling, you know, like that. I think we're getting food.
I think I'm getting food.
And I tell you what, the great funny thing about that was, well, you've got two Scottish people, you've got Paul McCartney and Vic, right? And then all of a sudden, we have this great big conversation about what a fucking chip supper is.
Oh yeah, the chip supper convo. Yep.
So, obviously, a chip supper, well, we have fish and chips and you have gravy and all this stuff. They call it a chip supper where it's all in one.
Yeah, it's all in one. Get it for the
So
chippy.
you just order your chips and you order your fish.
Yeah,
But here, it's
it all
just-
mixes together when it comes back out. Anyway,
Look at this, and another thing, them two are pissed. Look at the size of the sausage.
It was fucking big. Fucking compared to the sausage suppers you get up here, that was a big sausage.
I love Vic saying sausage.
Fire up a bum bum.
I noticed the other day as well. I've been fucking on here for a year, and I didn't realise.
You've been on the
Fucking-
show for a year?
Yeah, since show 300. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Can't be that long already.
It's a year, mate. It's more or less bang on a year. It was just in the new year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Aye.
Fucking hell.
I couldn't
That's
fucking
gone
believe
fast,
it.
hasn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking
That's
flew
went
over.
really fucking fast. A year
Yes.
already?
Fucking flew over.
The cuckoo nest.
Fuck.
I still haven't been bummed yet either.
Yeah, we've got Expo. the
Adam
room's
promised
booked,
me. Adam promised me.
Yeah, don't worry, but we've still got the Me Expo to come.
I'm
Do you know what
sharing
I'm
with
look-
you as well.
Do you know what? I'm so looking forward to that. And the reason why is that I've booked. We're going on the Thursday. He's getting dragged. We're going on Thursday. and then we're not leaving until like the Monday afternoon.
That's what
You
I do.
keep saying this.
Yeah, that's what I do. I go there on the Thursday, arrive about 12 o'clock.
The trouble is, you never get to really enjoy the Sunday so much, and you're all
You don't.
All rushed about and shit.
Yeah, and it's like when we did the last Expo and we were travelling back, you were tired, dude.
I was fucked.
You know what I mean? So it'd be nice to have that last night, something to eat, a bit of a chill out, do maybe some editing of the footage that we've got, and then you can set off nice and well in afternoon. You know, take a nice steadily drive back.
Who is going to Expo this year in chat anyway? Who's going to Expo this year?
Type a
Hot
one.
noodles
Coming up very.
ball.
It's coming up very close.
Tempted to do.
What did
a
you
poll.
say there?
Fuck, I'm doing a poll. Doing a poll.
Paul Doolin saying about the pot noodles. Don't forget your pot noodles.
Poll.
Yeah, I'll be all right with a pot noodle. I don't like them. I tell you now. I tell you what I'm going to do though. If you do make one early in the morning, I'm going to start kicking off. I'm just going to kick off.
You know, you're talking about that with drinking. Obviously, we went to the Friday the award ceremony, which were absolutely amazing.
Oh, it was fucking.
But because
brilliant.
Paul were knackered, and it turned out that he actually had COVID.
Ooh.
Right.
I can't believe none of us got it.
No, he turned out that when he went back, he got tested and he got COVID, and that's why he was poorly. But he was tired. So obviously, I'm trying to be the nice bloke who's in there. So I went, you go and get some sleep, because if I'd have dropped off, I'd have started snoring. So I came and sat, and you came and sat with me, didn't you, Vic?
Yeah.
And we went, and we were like, we're gonna have to go in a minute. But Matt, a little bit vapey came, didn't he?
Yeah.
He'd already had a couple of beers. He already drunk,
Oh, yeah.
and he were like buying us whiskies, and I was nodding off while I was there. I went, right, I'm gonna go and get changed.
Was this the night of the Vape Round Awards or the night?
Yeah,
after?
we were on the night of the Vapor Round Awards, so we
that was the night I
Thursday.
opened a bottle of wine with a fucking.
Yeah,
Wanker.
yeah. No, that was fun.
Jason Hine, the Expos. He's just put in there. Are the Expos good? I've never been. They are what you make of them. If I'm brutally honest, if you're going there to see shitloads of hobbyist stuff, you're probably gonna be sorely disappointed.
Yeah,
I don't know about me. It might be different in me. I don't know.
Remember, this is like the third one on since COVID, so hopefully, fingers crossed. And I think they knew how well the modern sort of gallery where Jane was and a lot of other people, Overkill. I think they've seen how well that was taken and people spoke about. I'm hoping they're going to offer other vendors a chance to get there and do that.
I'm hoping they expand it out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. Because
it genuinely was that Ohm Zone. It was the Ohm Zone. It was called, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was brilliant. That it really was, and it was a nice place for. Do you know like the Hobbyist? It was a nice place for people to kind of link up and you know, you bumped into all like old mates, new mates, made new friends and stuff like that. It was a nice little social gathering area.
It was,
which it turned out to be.
It was a good
which was nice. Whereas May, the few months before, it was it wasn't like that, was it? There wasn't really much in there. You had the build zone. We all hanged about in the build zone, didn't we? But it was kind of just car builders. There wasn't really any vendors or anything there. I mean, don't get me wrong, still enjoyed the build zone. It was still good fun, but
it was
there
a
wasn't
little
really
bit different because obviously you came pick me up, didn't you?
Yeah.
We basically went down for the day. So it was like we had a wander around. There was nothing overly special. Darth were there and having a beer and seeing a couple of other people. But that build zone, well, the Ohm Zone, whatever they called it, was absolutely brilliant. I thought it was brilliant.
It was just a brilliant idea, and it was what Expo was missing. Yes, it was a bit small. It was a bit small, but I think that was a testing thing. I'm hoping it was a testing thing to see how well it went, because it went mint. It went really well, and there was a lot of UK vendors that got the chance to kind of showcase their shit.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're a UK vendor, and you put a stall in between, say, I don't know, Geek Vape or UL or anyone like that, and it's all disposable on all these stalls, and then you've got your little stall in the middle, you don't really get a chance to showcase your stuff, whereas there it was totally dedicated to kind of UK vendors and shit like that. You know what I mean? It was nice to see.
I think they're going to have to sort of look more to the UK, because if you look in China at the minute, they're having a big problem again with COVID. There's actually hospital beds outside hospitals.
They're having serious problems with COVID there. My cousin said, right, my cousin said he's not going to be surprised if we end up with another lockdown at the end of this year.
I think my cousin said. I didn't really want to say it, but you know, this cold and that everybody's had, and it wiped me out. I think it's maybe another version that doesn't show up on these tests.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you that I've like I said before, I very rarely kind of falter through kind of illness and stuff like that. I think it's like the self-employment bug type thing where you've just got to graft through it.
You've got to plough through it. Yeah, you've got to plough through it.
Absolutely no way I could have went to work. No way in hell. And I mean, like I say, it got that bad. I ended up having to go to A&E to get some kind of treatment plan or something that was going to take it away because it was just so. I was so fucking ill.
Yeah.
Well, it was the chest infection and also the sinus. It made the sinus and the headache. It was the coughing and the sinus bit of it, which I use Sinotab. It was brilliant. It really just sort you out. But the pain, you could feel it. It just up here, it was terrible.
And it's just constant. Doesn't go away.
No.
So, Zero, have a look to try and get to Birmingham instead of London.
Birmingham?
The Birmingham airport.
Yeah, Birmingham International. There should be, you might not get a direct flight from Chicago to Birmingham International. You might need to do a stop off at Iceland, but there should be direct flights from one of the airports around you. What?
Is he on about coming to Expo, like?
Yeah.
As he said. Yeah, so and obviously there'll be it's right, like obviously the NEC is right on the airport as well.
Yeah.
So if you need it, if you need it, I can pick you up.
Yeah.
From the airport if you need
if you need picking up.
Sort all that out, mate. No problem.
Yeah, because Nick, whenever Nick pops over, he manages to land at Birmingham International, so there is a flight where Nick is.
Sometimes he does, and sometimes he lands in London, and then either Jay picks him up or Mike.
Right.
No, I did land at Birmingham last year, though.
He
landed in Birmingham.
Oh, did he? No, did he go to Liverpool first?
No, he went to. Jenny met him at Birmingham.
All right.
Jenny met him at Birmingham because they went
right there.
Jenny got into Birmingham. She actually arrived with Vic.
She did. Yeah.
And Nick was getting in right at that time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So you all turned up together. It was Jenny, Nick, and Vic.
Yeah,
turned
we all
up
got
together.
a taxi.
That sounds like the new Rod, Jane, and Freddie, that doesn't it?
Yeah, and then Jenny, Nick, and Vic.
Gonna be.
So let's get stuck in about Caster's questions, but before we do you want to see a stupid idea from you, Well?
I don't know.
Say yes, Vic.
Yes, Vic. Aiden's not bothered.
No, because I was going to tell the joke then from Rainbow. It was that one where Zippy meets
Swangers.
No, it's like when Zippy meets that woman, and he says, "What's your name?" And she says, "Carmen." He says, "Why are you called Carmen?" She says, "Well, I like cars and I like men." She went, "And what's your name?" She went, "Lager Fanny." Sorry.
For fuck's sake.
Well, let's look at you, Well. Or Yuli Well, as I used to call him.
So we all know you Well's been going nuts with their pods, right? What the flying fuck? So this is the Crown D pod mod. Pod mod. Now we know what pod mods are supposed to be. It's a pod that turns into a mod via a fucking 510 plate that you can buy as an accessory so you can screw your fucking tank on top of the fucking pod mod. This is not a pod mod. This is a pod with a stupid fucking tank. Look.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
How fucking ridiculous is that?
But do they not do because have you seen the shape of that? Do they not do a 510 edition for it, or are they not planning to?
No, because look at the size of it.
How are you going to put a tank on it?
It's an internal lipo that's only 1,000
It's like
milliamp.
a side by side, isn't it?
It's only an internal lipo. There's the lipo right there. It's only 1,000 milliamp. So it's not.
Right.
It's not strong enough. It's not strong enough to put your rebuildable on top of, and it's going to overhang like fuck. But it's this fucking. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. See if you pull the coil out, right? This is This is weird what they've done here, right?
I like the look of the actual mod itself. Oh,
There's the coil, and the
And
coil's
so when you buy that coil, does it come with that big chunk of plastic on the bottom as well?
yeah, because what they're doing is, and I don't know if this will focus in, it might, because I'm on the fucking Logitech. Focus, Danielson, focus. No, it's not. So there's two, it's one coil, but they've got two ohm ratings, 0.8 at 15 to 18 and 0.4 at 30 to 35. Now there's three connections at the base of this, and what they've done, they've got a normal coil. So the front two posts are positive and the back post is negative, and they've split the coil in half. So when you put this on single coil setting, you're only using half the coil. Anyone see the problem with that? Because you use it in single coil setting, you're using half the coil, the other half isn't firing. If you burn that half coil part out, you can't use it in dual coil. What?
You can't use the other side.
No.
See, that would have been brilliant if you could switch to the other side.
Oh, you can switch to the other side when you set it to dual coil.
No, but then you've got to use both sides.
Then you've got to use both sides, including
What
the
I mean
burnt
is,
out
if
side.
you could switch to the other side, the other half,
No, you can't.
then it'd be brilliant.
You can't. When I posted this in the fucking Facebook, I thought whoever designed this in UL were drunk. It was probably me.
So obviously the cotton that's in there, all of that's going to have to be saturated anyway. So is there going to be like one side feeding just half of the coil?
Oh, it's going to be the entire coil feeding just half of it.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, because if you look at it from the top down, hold on, if you look at this from the top down, it's just a normal coil, but the coil inside's been split in half.
So it'll be one of them.
I see it there. Yeah, I see it there. When you lifted it up a tiny bit, you can actually see where it's split.
Yeah, the coil's been split in half.
So it'll be like one of them three posters, you know, like the not the PM. Is it the PMP or the they had that big thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who were it? Were it Lost Vape? And they all come out and they had them that three mesh thing. So basically, like you're two positive and one negative, and
that's what they've done.
And then the power's going to be on that side to that half.
Yep.
Surely that as well is going to create hotspots.
Oh, it's bound to. Now here's the thing. This I just got this morning. I haven't had a chance to test it yet, but I'm going to be trying this in single coil option, and then purposefully vaping a shitload of black vine to gunk up that half of the coil, and then I'm going to switch it to dual coil. Then I'm going to switch it to dual coil to see what the fuck happens to the coil when I try and vape the burnt out side with the clean side. It's going to fuck up. I know for a fact.
So also about this, what about if you wanted to swap juices?
Well, you could still swap juices, just vape out what's already in the tank.
What's the dial for above? Do you know the side-by-side section? What's that dial? Is it a dial?
Oh yeah, it's a dial. Hold on.
What's that for?
Ba-bum, ba-bum. Variable wattage. So you can,
right, so...
if you throw this to one side, you can go single coil, or then you can go dual coil. You can't see it in the camera, but that's.
I do like the look of the mod though.
I do as well. That's what I was going to say. I do like the look of it.
And there's dual coil, and if you hit 1, 2, 3, you can then change the wattage. So it's a max wattage of 35 watts, and it goes down to 5 watts. So it's variable wattage. It's got all that in there.
So do you know that panel as well that's got the X on it? It looks like it's got some screws on the side. Does that mean you could take that out and change the LiPo if it fucks up?
Nope. It's all sealed.
It's all sealed. It's just the look of it.
It's just the way it looks. It's all sealed.
And is it plastic?
Oh yeah, it's plastic. It's plastic. It's a pod. They call it pod mod. It's not a fucking mod. It's just a pod with a stupid ugly tank sitting on top.
Yeah, it does look like some sort of thing that you'd see at an airport trying to get planes in, innit?
Yeah, the radar tower thing.
Tower, yeah. It's like people coming in going, hey, don't land there.
I honestly don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Where's the airflow on the tank?
It's right there. Slidey thing.
Right, so it's coming up through there. That's a long way for airflow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long way for there to go, but that's where the air is. The screen's down there. There's the screen there, and there's your airflow at the top.
Noel said that has to be the result of a drunken bet. Hey mate, I bet you can't get the boss to approve this. The looks of it, I quite like the look.
Yeah. So you know, a little bit like the Orion.
Yeah.
that you've got, you would then make it square, wouldn't you? To slide in.
Oh yeah.
Slide it in, and then a little thing. It'll look a little bit like the Orion. Looks a little bit different. Yeah, I'd like that. That it's got overhang. It looks. That's stupid.
Pod mod.
I like to tell us in the overhang, like.
I'm just pissed off with the pod mod, mate.
Fucking overhang, fucking hell.
It's not a fucking mod. You can't put a 510 plate on it because the fucking LiPo wouldn't be able to fire a fucking. The LiPo would not be able to fire a fucking normal sub-ohm tank. So I don't know why the fuck they call that a pod
sub-ohm
mod.
tank, but if you had a single coil, say 22, and you were doing it something like a 1.2 ohm or something like that, mouth to lung, then yeah, you'd probably get away with it.
Then you could.
Yeah, you'd be at 18 watts, but anything else you'd be no good for. So what's the actual coil firing at then? What did you say? Was it 1.8 or a?
It's and you've got 0.8, which is 15 to 18 watts, and you've got 0.4, that's dual coil mode, which is 30 to 35 watts.
So even if you're using, I'm using I can't remember what's the on this VI class. What's the battery in this?
It's about is it 1,000? 1,200?
I don't know.
No, wait a minute.
The V class, you put a battery in.
The V class is an 18650.
Oh, it's back to 8650, isn't it? Yeah, what I'm on about. Yeah, it's 8650. Fucking hell, yeah. And I'm reviewing this, by the way, people.
And I've already reviewed it.
I put the fucking battery in. I put the battery in.
I've got a massive, great mod. Fantastic. Got a massive problem. I can't get the fucking charge. I've been looking all over for a charge port.
What a fucking dick. I told you I'm no good on wine. I'm not.
I can't find the fucking battery.
So again, a 0.4 going at 40 watts, you're gonna have like what, 4 hours?
If that.
If that. On a 0.4.
Yeah, on a 0.4. If that. If you chain vape as much as I do, you'll be lucky to get 2 hours out of it.
So again, this goes back to the old days when we used to have the sort of cigarette ones where you had your battery and it didn't last very long. So then people who are coming off them stinkies start bumming cigarettes, don't they? They start going, right, I want a cigarette because the batteries run out, or you've got to take 3 with you.
Yep.
If anybody who's releasing anything, it's got to be an internal, and it's got to be 2,000 mAh on it.
At least, so you've got the battery life in there.
I do feel like 1,000 mAh is a bit of a fucking step back, like 100%.
Well, that's what they're all down now because they need to keep the size down. They don't want them too big. I mean, fucking lost. LVE went the exact opposite because this is fucking big. This is big for an Orion, and it's also very thick for an Orion.
So what's the
mAh on
internal?
that?
I think it's doesn't fucking say on it. Hold on, should find out.
Normally it says at the bottom, doesn't it? How many hours? What hours? I like that.
Should say that on the V class with it being an internal battery, mate.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not. I can't think what I was thinking about.
1,500.
Again, that's a little bit low, isn't it?
Well,
that is a bit low, but you know, I mean, it does do fast charge, I suppose.
There's a game changer in it. It does fast charge.
Again, chat. I don't know what your thoughts on this. If I'm getting a mod, I want to be able to take it out and I want to use it all day.
All day, without the fucker running out.
Yeah. And then I want to be able to go, right, so like with this, obviously, with a battery in it, you can take a couple spares with you if you wanted to. Obviously, we're having a battery in it. But if it's an internal, you need it to have that oomph.
Yeah.
And I'll take the extra size.
Well, it's like you said, like the main aim of going on a vape device is to stop you smoking.
Yeah.
Now, if you go out to work during the day, like say me, I'm self-employed. I go out to work. I've got a vape device, and it runs out of fucking battery by say 1 or 2 o'clock. The first thing I'm going to think of is I need a fucking vape or a cigarette. Straight out to the fucking shop.
Baxter, yeah, you're totally right. I'm thinking back to the Oxford. I did that with the Oxford. We mentioned it last night. I reviewed. Give me this device, which was the first one. Was it? Did he want the Solo Warrior? What was the first one from Oxford? I've got it down there somewhere.
Was it the Vative? No.
Somebody said the Vative, but it wasn't the Vative.
No, it wasn't the Vative. It was
Let
the.
me find it. But anyway, I went to the Expo. Went to the store. It was Jason Lee.
Origin. Thanks, Bunny.
Origin, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
That's the second time that's happened to me this week. I get up and they tell me what it's bigging is.
That happened last night as well, didn't it?
You did, yeah. Yeah, it's the Origin. You're right, it's the Origin. So yeah, we showed me around it. I was like, yeah, no, I like that. I had a couple of vapes. So we do a bit of a quick first impressions review. I did that, and I went, what's the internal of this? It's not. It's an AT650.
I'll give you an internal.
You want to do what?
I'm not even telling you.
Hey, listen to me, son. I'm no sooty. I'll tell you what, you could soon be my sweep.
I bet I could make you talk, son. I bet I could make you talk, son.
I bet you could as well. You make me lips move.
So let's get into Adam's sack since he's not here.
Okay, now what's he going like now? He wants to put his hands up my skirt and make my lips move, and now you want to get into Adam's sack.
Casters questions time. There's actually quite a lot of them. We've got a good 45 minutes till we need to do the giveaway. Sorry, not giveaway, box away. Not giveaway, box away. Connor Smith is up first. Question for all casters. With all of us now firmly settling into 2023, what do you think will be in store for the RDA and RTA markets? Will we see more drippers this year? No. Moving on. Also, bonus question. Specifically vaping salt nicks in mouth to lung. I usually vape 3mg salt for DTL. What would be your recommendations for nicotine strength and salt base for mouth to lung vaping? That's a good question. And what are your recommendations for both nets, previous Sterling and Amber leaf smoker, so something similar to those, and non-net mouth to lung e-liquids? It may be late, but hope you all had a wonderful festive break and glad you are all back firing on all cylinders. Oh, thanks, Connor. Oh.
I would imagine, obviously, when you talk about he's adding his own nick into, and he's buying the nick salts, because obviously you don't normally get that in 3mg form. It's normally 10s and 20s. Again, if you're going into nick salts, you're only using 3mg. There's no point going to 10mg, is there?
Well, for mouth, I mean, there isn't. I mean, if he's already doing 3mg for direct to lung. If I was doing mouth to lung with nick salts, see, I do freebase so I can feel the throat hit. If I was doing mouth to lung with nick salts, double it, 6mg. That way you're getting a bit more nick. Yeah, and
I would suggest you either go to, say, 60-40 or 50-50.
Yeah.
With your mouth to lung.
Obviously, that's if you're adding it yourself in it, because you can't really buy it in 6.
You can't buy. You can't. You know what? You can get your 10ml bottles and only add the 10 or 20mg.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting a little bit more extra nick, then a 10mg nick salt that you can actually buy, or pre-made, would be spot on for you.
As for recommendations for NETs, you've got two choices. Drake's, who just relaunched their tobacco line. Well, actually, you've got three choices. Drake's, who just launched their tobacco line. You've got Andy from what used to be called Best Sig Liquid. He's now doing nets. And you've got my personal favourite, the boys over at the Juice Cabin. Simply Leaf. Fucking love this stuff. This is American.
I cannot advise with that anyway. I can't advise with that anyway. I can't stand nicotine juice.
I miss him so much.
Nicotine juice.
The wonderful Les picking.
He was a good fella, Les.
One of the original people, and one of the original people as well, to put a bit of comedy into the sort of the review side of it. And
his reviews were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, funny man, lovely bloke as well.
So yeah, any of those three companies, you've got Juice Cabin, you've got Drake's, and you've got Best Sig Liquid. Best Sig is the cheapest out of all three, but they're a little bit on the weaker side compared to Simply Leaf. Drake's, they're strong. Now, the Drake sent me it was literally a fucking cardboard box of their entire range that I'm going to be ploughing through and review. And I've noticed some of them were a bit on the strong side, even for me, like the flavour.
Where'd that fucking bell come from?
I heard that as well.
It's the TikTok, right?
It was weird because you kind of went like that at the side.
Where the fuck? There we go.
You don't even know where his finger is.
It's my TikTok.
Better known to people as a clock.
Yeah, my TikTok.
Vic would be epic on TikTok, wouldn't he?
No.
Imagine Vic on TikTok.
Dance with my hands. I can
Cheers,
lick
Connor.
it. I can ride it.
William Dobson, how you doing, Mr. Dobson? Fluff Planet Shuffle, age can't remember, so after the celebrations and having a good time from what I can remember, we now have to start restocking the Nexus class starship. It's about time you put that in put that thing in for a service, William. And other epic adventure. To all casters of the #1 Vape Show, thank you very much. What was the best and worst kit, tank or mod from last year? Basically, what was the worst thing you reviewed from last year and what was the best thing you reviewed?
Well, I didn't do very much reviewing last year. To be very honest with you. I took a big, is it sabbatical?
Sabbatical is a big word.
It is, yeah. Where's Adam when you need him? The worst. Yeah, the Crown 5 tank were terrible, but that was the year before, wasn't it?
No, I think that was at the beginning of that. Was it at the beginning
Crown
of last
5
year?
were terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Thank you, Stu. It caught in your beard and everything. You know, like the spinny round top bit.
Spinny,
it
yeah, it happens to me as well with the Crown, because I'm using the Crown 5 up in the
bang.
studio.
Oh, it's horrible. I didn't like that.
See,
Best.
there wasn't much that come out. Best,
was all
I mean,
fucking pods.
worst. I can't really comment because I never really bought anything last year.
Ooh,
Like I
so I'll
don't do
go
reviews either. For the best, I'd probably go for. I'll let Aiden go first.
The Vaporesso, the other gen that came out. You know, the one with the big screen on the front.
Oh!
The Gen S.
Was it Gen
I
S?
think it was the S. It was one. It
That
was the
really,
last.
really good mod. That really good.
It was the last model of the gen before they went to fucking pods, which everyone started fucking doing. Fucking pods. Pod. As Gaz said.
AIO.
AIO, yeah. That was a good mix. That was a good mix that Flat Cap did.
Was.
I love it when
probably-
you do stuff like that.
For worst, I can't really think of one, to be honest. There wasn't really enough came out for me to kind of buy and gobble up. But the best, I think it came out last year, was the Valhalla V2.
Yeah, that was very beginning of last year. Very
Valhalla
beginning.
V2. I'll go for that because fucking banging idea.
For me, the worst was the 30 billion fucking pods that UL kept releasing. And they're still at it with their pod mod that's not a fucking mod. What the fuck, UL? What happened to your kits? What happened to the Crown kit? The Valkyrie
Anyway,
kit?
what's in the box away, Vic?
Not my fault they sent a fucking warehouse of stuff over. Like, here you go, have all this stuff. It's UL. They're kind of a co-sponsor until the warehouse runs out. I'm thinking they were just getting rid of their warehouse because they couldn't fucking sell it. It's like, here you go, Vic.
Fucking hell.
There you go, flat pack.
We had like
Here we go.
40 minutes to let people forget what Vic had just said.
So, best, it would be the Geek Vape L200 with the big, huge fuck-off screen that's all touch. I love that thing.
Yeah, that was good, yeah.
Fucking
really good,
phenomenal mod. That's the fella. Fucking phenomenal mod, that.
Still got to do a review on that.
Phenomenal
Shit
on
mod.
my desk.
Bunny's just said, speaking of boxaways, did you get the Christmas one sent out yet?
Not yet, Bunny. I'm having issues with Royal Fail.
Well, I got my Christmas present and the kids and all that from Stuart Valentine, and that poor man sent it in November. He's like, why is it not there yet? It's like, well, they've been on strike for half the year.
We've been on strike for most of the fucking year, and yeah, I'm having fucking issues. Any time I'd want to use UPS, but UPS are becoming bastards now. They're even a bit iffy about fucking shipping e-cigarette stuff within the UK. They never used to be. I'm not using DHL because they're way too fucking expensive. The only option I've got left is Royal Mail whenever they're fucking open.
Yep. They can pick it up from the house, though.
Oh yeah, they do pickups, but they've cancelled the pickups up here. They don't do them now.
Have they?
Yep, they've cancelled them.
It's all the fucking hills.
So that was a good question. Let's head on. There we go. Who's next? Oh, fuck, I've lost my place. There we go. Jason, what would you say to anyone who is thinking about coming into the world of vape-related reviewing and making their own channel? This is a good one. What's the best advice you would give to them? Happy New Year to you. All hope you had a good one for you all. So basically, Jason wants to set up a review channel. Any advice?
Don't expect everything to fall in your lap.
Yeah, it's not, because it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Start off with juice reviews. Try and get yourself an half decent mic, a C920. They're pretty cheap nowadays. You can pick them up second hand, probably about 25 quid now.
Oh yeah, you can easily.
Start off with juice reviews. Keep it nice, short and sweet and to the point. You don't have to do full on 20-minute reviews of stuff of like juice, and then just build up. And then if you buy yourself sort of devices like this, then obviously give them a review. Don't get involved in all the shitty drama. Just don't get involved in it.
Do your own thing.
Do your own thing and just be nice and happy.
So on top of what,
because you want to do it.
Yeah, on top of what Aidan says, juice reviews, that's a classic example. Another trick you can do though, we're in January. If you start your channel now, because I'm guessing you're going to be starting your channel now, Jason, we're in January. You always get January sales. E-Cig 1 and Vaping 101 generally have January sales kicking off halfway through January into the end of Chinese New Year, which is halfway through February. You can pick up, okay, they're old, but you can pick up drippers from like 2 or 3 years ago, or tanks from 2 or 3 years ago for a fiver, for a tenner. Buy 2 or 3 old drippers, 2 or 3 old tanks, and start chucking in 1 or 2 hardware reviews a month, just to start building the channel up. That's what I would do anyway.
Flat Cap says content is king. 3 to 4 videos a week. 3 to 4 videos a week's all right. You will find eventually that you do get burnt out doing it.
Yeah, God knows I got burnt out quite a lot during last year.
I would have probably said consistency is key more than content.
Obviously, Flat Cap, he constantly does it. He's banged them out since he started. But for me, if you just do a couple a week and do them on the same sort of days, I think you were saying earlier when we were talking about get one out in the week and then one out on the weekend. It's
mention sales and Village goes, oh, I forgot about the sales. Jason, you better get in there and buy it now, because when Village hits E-Cig 1 and fucking Vaping 101, he'll just empty out the fucking warehouse.
He must have more maths.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got time to do 3 to 4 videos a week, that's fucking grand. But I think when I said consistency is key, I think being able to keep up with 3 to 4 videos a week every week for as long as you're planning on doing it, I think that's the main thing. Making sure you're getting the same amount out all the time, so that people know what they're waiting for, people know what to expect, and shit like that. That's what I said. Whereas if you said say planned on doing 1 video a week or 2 videos a week, as long as you're doing 2 videos a week for as long as you're going to do it, and they're coming out on the same day and shit like that.
But I would, yeah. I mean, especially if he's working a full-time job on top of it. Like, I'll give Flat Cap his dues. He's working a full-time job while churning all those videos out. But not a lot of people can do that. So what I would do if I was you, Jason,
good videos as well.
Just 2 or 3 videos a week. If you're going to do 2, do 1 midweek and do the second one on Saturday. So you've got the middle of the week covered and you've got the weekend covered. That's what I would do, personally, anyway.
Yeah, it's again, you've got to get your head down and do it. I started off as a caster 7 years ago. That's what I started off as. And I've always really enjoyed the live show sort of it. The reviews came afterwards. I've never been a massive person of getting loads and loads of reviews out. I think in my first few years, I put probably about 50 reviews out a year. 50 odd. And then as I got kicked into it and it obviously got a little bit more popular, I started doing 3 or 4 a week, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
In fact, there's been points where, especially when I did Sober October and stuff like that, I was doing a review a day.
I remember.
But eventually, you do get burnt out.
It's hard work. I think that's the other thing people sometimes fail to see is how much work actually goes into a channel.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
In the background, the work that actually goes in. You know, people come on and see you do a 10-15 minute video, 10-15 minute review video, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not speaking from experience here. I've never done a review in my life. But people go on, see you do that 10-minute, 15 review, and it looks easy. Do you understand what I mean?
Easy.
And it fucking in, you could be editing that for 2 hours. Obviously you've got to do record all the footage and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? There's a lot of work goes into it, and then you've got live shows to do, shit like that. It just depends on what you want out of your channel.
When Flat Cap came onto the scene, he sort of changed. Vic will even admit this. He sort of changed the way things were done because
with all these fucking flashy
another bloke as well. What was his name? Reverend something. What was his name?
Oh, Reverend Vapes. With the close-up shots that he done, his fucking close-ups were phenomenal.
And I always found doing the up and close stuff a problem. So I sort of did a little bit of Twisted 420. I used to show it up to the camera and twisted back. So I used to show it up to the camera. So then you had to sort of like do the talk over it, which I did live to the camera, and then I'd put the actual close-ups of what I was talking about on it. A review could have taken me anything from the recording down low or whatever else to 3 to 4 hours. And to get it out, then you've got to push it out to wherever you're pushing it. So that's 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours sometimes. It all depends if you're doing a full kit of your day.
Oh yeah.
So you got to think that's like 20 hours a week. That's a job.
That's why I turned mine into an actual fucking job.
It's a job. It's hard work. It's not. A lot of people sometimes think it's just the fact that you turn that camera on, you talk. If you've got wobble gob,
wobble gob.
If you've got it and you just can't talk, and you got to think I talk at quite speed, so
wobble gob.
Or your brain decides it wants to go off on another tangent, and you're not even talking about what you're reviewing. You have to stop. You do a continuous take on it, but I don't. I have to stop and start again. Right, we're off. We're doing that. It take hours. It's hard work. It's not as simple as people think.
I want an invite to the pants party.
So do I.
He's partying in my pants. But yeah, no, it's not as easy. And do it because you want to do it, not because you feel that you're forced to do it.
Exactly. Do it because you want to do it. Also, don't expect to have every company offering you freebies. That's not going to happen, especially now. It's not going to happen.
It's even worse now.
Yeah, it's even worse. That was a good.
And don't
question.
get head up on subs and shit like that as well at the start.
Yeah.
Because it does go very slow at the very beginning.
Do you know if you have one person who watches your video and decides that he's going to stop smoking, you've done your job.
You've done your job.
All the people who are on here, Flat Cap, all the reviewers are in there. The amount of kits that we've given people, the amount of stuff that we've helped people to get off the stinkies, and that's the biggest thing. So you're not, and I don't mean to bring it down a bit, when you sit down there and you watch your mum's lungs come down, like into a great big bucket, caked in black shit.
Ugh.
Killed you, yeah. Me and Mark watched it, and that's all to do with smoking.
Yeah.
And watching some loved one of yours dying from it, that's what you're saving. You're saving these people.
Exactly.
I mean, there's Flat Caps here and there. Spent the last 74 minutes of this show dragging and dropping images, videos into folders and Premiere Pro folders ready for editing. 74 minutes.
See, there's the thing, Flat Cap. You need to start doing
and that's just dragging and dropping.
Yeah, you need to start doing your videos the way I started doing mine about the beginning of it. In fact, I've pushed it even forward. So I don't know if anyone's watched the latest reviews on the channel. I am doing literally a long continuous take. You can even see me standing up and walking over to the table cam now. I don't fucking bother editing that shit up. I just stand up.
When I first watched that, I thought, what, is he in a ditch?
I just stand up and I keep talking to bridge the gap, and that way when I import the footage in, I don't need to fuck around with editing. So it takes me the amount of time it takes me to record a review. Like, let's say the review lasts for 17 minutes, so it'll take me about 25 minutes to record it with the B-roll shots and the main recording shots. It will take me about, with the new way that I'm doing it, it'll take me about 15 minutes to edit it. Just import all the footage in, line it up in the timeline, synchronize the audio, squish it, top it, tail it, put the fucking bar thing at the top that I usually use, and spit it out. I've got it down to a fine art now. Fine art.
The problem with that, though, is if he did that, it wouldn't be Flat Cap.
It wouldn't be Flat Cap, it'd be me.
No, and that's the whole thing of Flat Cap's way of it, is because he does it how his bit is, and which is complicated. It looks like it to me, but the B-roll that he uses, the time and effort that he does into taking photographs and the bits, the whole package you get with him, I think, and the thing that I really do like about him, sometimes a bit of this being a reviewer, I've lost the love for because of all the other extended shit that you get.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that the reason probably why I'm not doing what I did before is because I don't want the shit. And you get it all the time, and you drag down. And the whole point, like I said, was to stop people from smoking and review the products that you want to be able to review and do great shows like this, having a laugh and a joke. And sometimes that gets took away from you by a selected few of idiots. And that's what happens. Where that man is still enjoying doing that review side, which is good.
So I mean, you've got the old dinosaur. I mean, I love the fuck. Oh. I shouldn't have mentioned it now.
I'm going to say it. If you're talking about the old dinosaur reviewers, we're sat with one right now, Vic.
Yeah, this March I'd have been doing this for 9 fucking years. Jesus fuck. See, before I went fucking self-employed, I didn't have any grey hairs. Look at that. Look. It's like fucking salt and pepper down there now. Up here's actually no.
It's not fucking salt and pepper, son. That's salt and pepper. This is kids for you, son. That's what happens.
Well, have you know I'm all pepper, son. Got 2 little go faster stripes.
2 little go faster stripes down there. But yeah, all I'm going to say is, Jason, good luck. If you do start a channel up, good luck. Do it for the fun of it. Don't.
And let us know, and I'm sure we'll be able to give you a little spot on here to give you a push.
Oh yeah.
Jump on the show and shit, yeah.
Good question, Jason. Who we got next? We have got Johnny Overvold. Question for casters. What do you do in your free time? Doesn't have to be vape related. I know Aiden does play some DayZ. Yeah, he does. But what else is there that fancies you? Oh, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Johnny. So, what's your hobbies, fellas, basically?
Me, I'm massively into gaming. Obviously, I have a Twitch channel as well. Zombies Ate My Channel, shameless plug. Get yourself over there, drop me a follow. I love gaming. I love zombie games, any kind of zombie games. I actually played. I keep meaning to get back on DayZ with Aiden, but I never get the chance to do it because he wants his shit back. He gave me some shit, and he's taking it back off for us.
Mate, you've got C4. I've got doors to blow.
Yeah, so I'm massively into gaming. I also do a little bit of 3D printing in my spare time, which I've only just got back up and running. Done a little bit of a test print last night and enjoying doing shit like that. So I might as well show it. A little toolkit for me 3D printer.
That looks very fucking snazzy. It looks like a damn good print as well.
It's printed really well, mate. It really has printed really well. Just a little tool holder you screw it on the side of the printer, and it holds all the 3D printing tools and shit. But yeah, I'm into a bit of 3D printing, bit of gaming.
Aiden, spare time, DayZ, obviously.
Well, DayZ, no. DayZ's only brand new. It was just, I sort of stumble along the game. I'm not really into these like sort of fighting games or like that. I'm more into strategy games. So I normally play a lot of Football Manager and Civilization.
Oh,
DayZ's just a new fad that I've had for probably the last couple of months. I think I started it in November time, I think.
It was, yeah.
But mine, always into football when my knees were good. I played all the way from being 16-year-old up until probably around in my 30s. Managed a couple of teams. But one of my big loves is snooker. I've played it from being probably around about 12, 13. My mum and dad got me a table. I used to play with Mark and snooker. And then I play a lot of. Well, I used to play a lot of it. I used to probably go 3-4 times a week over the road to the club and play. I don't go out so much now, but yeah, snooker and football is my sort of thing.
For me, it's mainly games. Anno 1800, Civilization, when I can never be fucked. The problem with Civilization is with me. I can't stop playing it, so I end up going at like fucking 6 in the fucking morning, looking at the time and going, "What the fuck?" I can't do that because I need to go to the fucking studio.
I used to have a game like that.
Football Managers like that as well. The good thing about Civilization now as well is you can link it and you can play it on your phone in the same sort of way you can play it on there, and then go back to the PC and play it.
So yeah, Civilization.
I used to play a game. It was called Voyage Century Online. It was like a bit like World of Warcraft. Right. And I got that head up and that. So you had to plant your own seeds, make your own crops to make fucking uniforms and all that kind of shit. What you used to do is buy this auto planting card. You'd set your planter away, be planting all day long while you're at work and shit. Come back and check on it. Where I used to come home from work, walk straight past my wife and my kids, upstairs into my what used to be the cupboard there and cupboard upstairs, check my planter, make sure everything was running all right. And then I'd come down and say, "Oh, hi, kids." Oh, it was fucking hell on, mate.
But mostly for me, it's Second Life. I mean, I've been into Second Life for better part of 15 odd years now. Just building and helping run land there. But yeah, if I'm not in Second Life, it's Anno 1800, Civilization, or World of Warships. I'm kind of put off with World of Warships because it's starting to turn into a kind of pay to fucking win game now. All these fucking fuckers dropping 100 quid, 200 quid for all this snazzy shit, and I'm getting blasted out the fucking water because I'm not rich. But I still play it now and again. Now and again, I still play it. There we go. Good question, Johnny. Who's next? It's Paul Doling, who's still living in his second-hand tent under the Bentley Bridge.
Yeah, no, he's got a new tent apparently.
Got a new tent, yep. News in the
Good
vaping
tent,
grapevine is that Waitrose... Oh, I heard about this. News in the vaping grapevine is that Waitrose is stopping the sale of disposable vapes. If this is true, it is. Do you think other supermarkets will follow that? Happy New Year, guys. May it be a great one. Cheers, Paul. It is true. And the rumours I've been hearing from a couple of people that work in Asda, because CEIS, which is a kind of jobs fair place, is upstairs from me in the office building, and they get what's the word for it? It's like contract workers, I suppose. They're agency. That's it. They get agency workers in and out, and there was a couple of agency workers for Asda that recognised me, and they're saying there's now rumours going around that Asda's going to stop selling disposables as well. So it is happening.
Again, majority of the shows that I'm on, we talk about this until the fact they take them out of these supermarkets and just put them into
stations and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're not going to move any further forward. I know a lot of people are talking about the vape sensation with the kids. Again, it's same as alcohol. You get rid of Alka-Pops.
Yeah, you still get Alka-Pops. You still
Kids
get
are
them.
sat down there and they're making them more and more to alcohol more to children than probably vaping is.
And Chris, some of those new Alka-Pops, I tried one. You think you were drinking orange juice. You don't even feel any alcohol in there.
This has been probably.
Was this when
happening-
you were cocktail flarer, Vic?
Yes.
I think the sort of like your Brewdog came out. Not Brewdog. It was Two Dogs and it was Hooch.
Yeah.
Hooch,
It
fucking
sort
hell.
of came out about 26 years ago, something like that.
Hooch was fucking lethal stuff.
MD 2020. It tasted like you were
Mad
drinking
Dog
petrol.
2020. Yeah, these sort of things came out, and it was. That's just as bad as the vaping bit. But until you take it out of the hands of these, there's shops here in Doncaster, like the Booze Place, and literally in Doncaster Town Centre, are selling illegal ones as well. When we mean illegal, that it's over 2 mil.
Right. Yeah.
And they should be selling this, and they're not bothered. And we
It's
don't
the
know
same
if
here.
it's the snide stuff. Is it snide?
Yeah. It's the same here.
There has been a lot of raids going on lately, like of shops and shit, like trying to grab the people that are selling there's like 3,500 puffs, 5,000 puff. Vapes.
Yeah,
They're not bothered because they're getting them so cheap.
The American ones.
They don't give a shit.
No,
So they're making so much on them. So just say they're selling the I don't know, say 1,000 puffs or 3,000, whatever it is, at £14. If they're snide, they're getting them way cheaper.
Yeah.
And they need to put the power back into the vape shops. And I've said this as well for a long time. In line with how the Americans do it as well, is that you're going to need to prove when online on an online shop that you are of that age, and it is you who's doing it. It needs to be proved. And all right, it's going to make it a little bit harder for all of us, but in the end, it's going to save us.
Oh yeah.
There is a place, and I'll keep saying it till the day I pop off. There is a place for disposables.
It's how they're sold. That's the issue.
It's how they're sold and how
That's
they're
the problem.
marketed. Not these with flashing lights in and with monkeys or whatever else on front of them and all that. It's not what you want. a plain disposable, which you want to take maybe on holiday, or if you get caught short,
Yeah.
Them sort of things, or if you want to take it to work and you don't want to take your mod, all these things where they do fit in. And remember, we're adults, and they should only be sold to adults.
But I'm thinking, I mean, Waitrose was just the first domino to fall. If Asda, because they're a much bigger fucking franchise, if Asda do end up banning disposables, you know for a fact Tesco's going to end up doing it, then M&S, and that's it. It'll be just a line of dominoes falling. And the more of these supermarkets decide to ban the disposable sales, the more that local MPs will start to fucking notice, and they might actually do something. But
it's
then
not
again,
just
they
that. The
probably
more of these companies that won't sell them, the less, you know, the Chinese vape companies and stuff like that are going to be able to sell of the disposables. So they're going to start making other stuff again.
Exactly. Like stuff like this. Or stuff like fucking this. Or hell, even little AIOs. Well, technically it's a pod, but little AIOs like this. I love stuff like this. Fuck your disposables.
The other thing is, I don't think it's so much the big supermarkets, because at least the big supermarkets have to be held to account.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're massive chains, and they're going to have to be held to account. They're not going to be sending their buyer out to go and buy snide ones. The ones that really need to be jumped on is your corner shops.
Oh, yeah.
Massively. These are the people that the trading standards should be going and hitting them all and taking them out, because they are selling to the youth. It's not, I don't think Asda would do that. You know, like if they're going to be challenged.
Yeah.
You can't buy alcohol, they will challenge you. But where the alcohol is being sold to younger people, and also these disposables, are the backstreet little shops where they go,
shops.
I don't care whether he's 15, 16, or whatever. There you go, son.
Yeah, it's the corner shops. Yeah. So who's
Give
up
the
next?
give the power back to the proper vape shops.
Which hopefully might end up happening. Oh, this is an easy one. Chris Henderson, Mr. Full Moon, Alabama. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Chris. Quick and easy one. Favourite movie of 2022? I'll go first.
Avatar: The Way of Water.
Okay, Sean will go first. Aidan?
Sorry.
Fucking hell, mate. You've already read that question, haven't you?
No, I listened to what he was saying, but I have read it, yeah.
Okay, well, that was rather quick, that, wasn't
Aidan, favourite movie last year?
it? I don't know. I didn't read the questions.
Gotta be prepared, Aidan. Gotta be prepared.
I'm not. But I'll tell you one I did watch the other day. I don't know if it was actually 2022, but it's only just been released. Was Onions something? Knife and Onions something?
It's the Knives Out saga thing, innit?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
the
were
continuation
really
of Knives Out. Yeah, with Daniel Craig.
Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that. The one that I would be totally disappointed with was Hellraiser.
I thought that was going to be good, and then I watched it. Nah.
I don't know. The whole thing of it, I don't know if it's the 80s movies. You just cannot beat 80s
Glass Onion,
movies.
that's it. I was waiting for someone to put it in chat. It was Glass Onion.
Glass Onion, yeah. Brilliant film, watch it. But yeah, no, the one that really did me last year, I was really looking forward to. My brother didn't mind it, but it was nowhere near what original
See, I
Hellraiser.
like the original. The original was
Jason
phenomenal. For me, my favourite film of last year, Elvis. The one with Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker. That was a
really good, yeah.
fucking phenomenal
good
film, that.
Yeah, I like that.
Elvis's story and the rework that they done to Elvis's songs at the latter half. Some of them are really good mixes.
Yeah,
Really fucking good.
I Can Dream.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. I started singing that the other week.
Well, that was my fave film, Elvis. Tom Hanks is a phenomenal actor as well. Phenomenal.
Do you know what?
Actor.
Everything he's ever been in, I don't think there's one that I've not really liked. He's just one of them actors, and he's a nice bloke as well.
Well, he's got a new one coming out, Mr. Otto, I think it's called. That's due for release at the end of this month. Where he plays
I've seen that.
Yeah, where he plays
you ever see that
Miserable
one,
old dude, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He did that. I think it was a real life story, which was sorry, I was going to yawn then, but I stopped it. A real life story about the captain.
Captain
They were
Phillips.
on that ship.
Captain Phillips. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the
Oh,
captain now.
brilliant.
Brilliant film, that.
Really good.
Brilliant film. He did Sully as well. The one where the guy that
The
landed
airplane
the
one.
plane.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He landed the
Yeah,
plane
saw
in the
that as
river.
well. That were good.
God, he was in a lot of good
He's
films.
big. It's one of my favourite films ever.
Big is a mint film.
Brilliant film. You'll never know when he's doing that on the keyboard. That tap dance. That's a tap dance, by the way. Forrest Gump.
Chopsticks.
Oh, Forrest Gump. That's a classic now.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, no, that was
Oh
a
no, I
film.
could never look at that the same way when you shave it.
Who are we going to move on to next? Mr. Mark Howard, EVL. How you doing, Mark? To all casters, out of all the science fiction films and TV shows that you've ever watched, what futuristic tech device would you like to have in the here and now? What would you do? What would you do with it for a laugh? And how would you apply it to vaping? Okay. P.S. Vic is not allowed a sonic screwdriver. Oh, fuck off, Mark. Vic is not allowed a sonic screwdriver to... I was going to say sonic screwdriver. So, what piece of future technology would you want now? And what would you do with it? From a
Not so
sci-fi show.
fucking quick now, are you, Sean?
No. I never read that one.
Mine would have to be the one off a Red Dwarf where you can take a photograph, dip it in some water, and then you can actually go to that photograph.
Oh.
Didn't Mr. Ben have a wardrobe like that?
He did know that's when he got dressed. So
I'll
we'll
change it round.
have a photograph, and then we'd go to the assassination of Kennedy, and I'd shout "duck."
It would be a nightmare if everyone started looking about for a duck.
Yeah.
Fucking
What
duck!
does the
Get
English
him
man
out of
mean?
here, fucking duck. There's no ducks about. Bang! Oh my god, I don't know.
Well,
You
for
should
me,
have
it's
not read
easy.
that one and read this one.
For me, it's easy. It's a Star Trek transporter. Got to be the Star Trek transporter.
Oh, but you might get stuck.
Yeah, but fuck flying and fucking trains and all that pish to get out of the
Oh,
fucking
that would be
Expo.
good. Can you imagine that? Just like leaving Scotland and then you're in Expo.
Yeah. Fucking love the transporter.
You know what? I'm gonna go with one out of chat 'cause I can't think of one, but it is a good one. And if I thought of it, I would have picked it. The Back to the Future hoverboard. All day long. They've tried to make them as well.
They have actually and failed miserably.
I couldn't do that. I've got no balance.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you ever see
need
the video
balance.
of the where they'd actually made one and tested one, and they couldn't make it just go forwards?
Yeah,
It was fucking hilarious.
yeah. It was hilarious, that one. Fuck.
I remember having a skateboard. I never actually skated on my skateboard. I laid on it.
Yeah,
We used to go down the
blades.
hill. I was the fastest because obviously I had the weight on me. You know what I mean?
Did you?
Yeah, straight down.
You'd
We used
never
to
thought,
do
mate.
races. Skateboard. I could never do it. I had no balance.
I used to rollerblade, me. That's what I used to do. Skate.
Was that when you inserted a tampon?
Yeah. Whilst skating, mate. You want to try that?
He could roll a blade. He could take the dog for a walk. He could do
could insert a tampon.
5K. One body for you. That's not good either. You know, like when songs get stuck in your fucking head.
That happens to me all the fucking
Turning up
time.
to school singing that. It's not good.
All the fucking time. Good question. Who's next? Okay, this is going to be a very quick one because there's nothing coming out this year. Shane Foster, question to all casters. What new products that you know of are you really looking forward to trying? Hope you all had a good new year. There's nothing coming out apart from fucking pods.
Well, no, the one that put your hand down. The one that I'm looking forward to is that new Steam Crave one that's going to be released, which is a little bit like the yeah. What's it? Wait, is it the Stubby?
Yeah, it's
It's a little bit like that, isn't it?
It's like their version of the
Steam
Stubby.
Crave.
Yeah.
Go on, Sean.
Stan's new mod.
Oh, I forgot about that. Fucking Stan's new mod.
That is supposed to be coming out this year.
What's it going to be called?
Don't know yet.
Totally forgot about that.
Is it going to be a bomb?
Yes, it is. You must have known that. It's Stan, man. It's gonna be a bomb. A
Yeah,
safe bomb.
it's gonna be a bomb. It's gonna be a
and a
bomb.
well-made bomb.
Yeah, well-made bomb.
All his stuff's well made, and he's a lovely bloke as well.
He is. He is. I'm really looking forward to that coming out. Not had much in the way of information about it, but he obviously. I mean, he announced it in fucking. Was it July? We did the charity live. He announced it on the charity live.
There could be an outside chance that Stan might end up at the May Expo to launch it. You never
Well, there you
know.
go.
I'm not wearing a bra again. But yeah, well, I've had some good nights with Stan.
Yeah, so far. He went to Chinese the first time he ever went to the Chinese.
Right, who's next? That was a good question, Shane. But yeah, apart from Stan stuff and the stuff from Steam Cave, it's all fucking pods that I'm looking at. Pod, as Flat Cat mixed earlier on. Who are we going to do next? What's the time? Right, still got enough time for a couple more. Oh, Sam Pollock. This is an interesting one. New member. Thanks for joining, Sam. So with all the talk of crypto becoming the new standard in 2023 for banking moving digital, what would you change in the vape world to make it future-proof?
Say that again. I didn't understand any of that.
So basically, what would you change in the vape world right now to make it future-proof?
What's that going to do with crypto?
I don't have a clue.
Because that's what he's saying. Crypto, that's how the future-proofing financial industries and shit like that. That's how they're future-proofing it. So what he's saying
always
is,
crashing.
what would you do? Well, they have got ideas, I think, but whether it comes off, I don't know. I know someone that's heavily invested.
I know a couple of people that got heavily invested in Bitcoin and lost that fucking fortune when it crashed.
Well, yeah, I know quite a number of people. Look at that bloke as well. He's just gone to jail, hasn't he? Because he pulled up money from that other one. What was his name?
Him that done the fucking exchange thing and it fucking collapsed all around him. Fuck.
Just going off the subject slightly, can you remember him who were on Lampoon's, National Lampoon's stuff?
Chevy Chase?
No, with the other bloke. He was always like the redneck sort of uncle. He's on the run. He's gone to Canada and he's looking for asylum there.
Oh.
So he sold his house, but then had the keys and then sat in the house and lived in it. And then he's doing this conspiracy that, him who were off of Kill Bill, who died, that he's been killed and Heath Ledger was killed by star killers. Him and his wife are on the run.
Holy fuck, I didn't even know about it.
You know what I mean, don't you? He's like the redneck uncle on the National Lampoons.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name now.
Weird as anything. I watched
Just
that.
waiting to see if someone put it in chat. There must be a bit of a delay.
Very
Someone
yeah,
will know who it is.
Future-proofing vaping. I'd like to see a little bit more of a guarantee on a vape device.
Right.
So I will say here, again with the SX Mini VI class, they're giving you a 6-month warranty, but I would like to see a little bit more, like a 12-month warranty like you get on any sort of electrical
Especially
device.
on some of the higher end shit.
Yeah.
Cicero, quick answer to that. Yes, it is. Watch it from the beginning. Don't worry. The first season's a bit meh. It picks up in the second season. Watch it. It's a good show.
I think we've spoke about it already, kind of put something in so that vape shops can sell vapes.
Yeah.
Only vape shops. I think that would be easily the best move towards future-proofing vaping. All these shops selling snide gear, and obviously it's the snide gear that everyone's wanting because it's easy. If you're gonna go into a petrol station where you can get a 3,500 puff disposable, where you can only buy a 600 puff disposable in a vape shop.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna go?
They're gonna.
You know what I mean? They aren't bothered about
ones.
breaking the law. They don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because it's not illegal to own them. It's illegal to sell them.
Do you know what you're saying? That I don't think it's just on vaping. I think across the board, we have lost everything that was sort of British. Of the fact that we had a butcher, we had a grocer, we had the candle maker, all that sort of stuff. We haven't got them. Like your shoes. You used to be able to go to a shoe shop.
The shoe shop. You should be two of them in this town.
We sat down there and he put them things on the back of your shoes that made them last longer, and you'd want your belt sorted. All them have gone. There's nobody selling tomatoes, cucumbers, potatoes.
I just had a vision of Aiden tap dancing down the fucking high street.
Yeah. Just to walk
Fucking
in
river dance all the way off down the high street.
Yeah. That's the thing. The high street is dead because you can order on Amazon. It'll be there tomorrow.
Our high street is one pawnbrokers and it's all fucking, it's one pawnbrokers, and it's all like hairdressers, nail salons.
Well, I think
and
they
bookies.
find that everywhere. You find that everywhere now.
Yeah.
There is nothing on the high street.
There is, like you said, nail, hair salons, and also takeaways. So and bookies.
Bookies.
So you're
It's
either going to
fucking
gamble
bookies
your
everywhere, yeah.
life away. Yeah, you need to get your hair cut, or you're a fat bastard. That's what's happening.
Used to be all it's just off. Because I remember when I was like fucking, this would have been the mid-80s. Yeah, mid-80s, when we used to go down the town for the weekly shop when there was no big supermarkets. There was a butcher, there was a fishmonger, and we all went in there and bought the fucking roast and bought the fish. Now they're not there. They shut down years ago.
And the whole Butties, we used to call them Butties. The other one over there were a bit more expensive. We've been using him since Butties finished. But he's finishing now in April because there's a bloke in a van who sells pig's dicks for a dog and stuff like that. It's the shit meat as well.
Sells what?
It's
Fucking hell.
It's a big dick for a dog. I love it.
Fucking animal prosthetics.
But this bloke, he sells the cheap ass crap meat. So do you know what? If you get a beef joint, it's got loads of fat, running through it, which you want it to look marbled.
Yeah, marbled.
You don't want a ginormous bit of. It's the cheap.
You don't want
shit
it all
meat.
fat. Yeah.
So he sat there in a pub car park right next to where he's selling, and he's selling for a little bit expensive, but he's got all his stuff to pay. He's in the back of a van selling the crap shit, and people are going to him because they haven't got the money.
Because it's
So
cheaper.
he's finishing in April.
Yeah, because it's cheaper. Same thing.
I mean,
happens
it's like
to
butchers as well. Butchers, you used to go to a butcher's and they would be carving the meat at the back.
Oh yeah, it's all
Whereas
done
it all
there.
comes in all pre-done.
Pre-done now. And the thing
All
is,
comes
if you
pre-done.
went, my mum always taught me, if you went to a butcher and you went every week, you will get more. Because like you say, I'll have £5 worth of that. I'll have five. You'll end up with £7 worth of this and an extra bit of that and whatever. Oh, I've got some of this. You want some of that? Yeah, I'll have some of that.
Yeah, because the butchers always looked after their regulars. They always looked after the fishmongers were the same. They always looked after their regulars. And that was Caster's questions. There's a few that I skipped, but we need to do the box away. So I've left myself a bit of time for the box away. So
That's so we can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are putting them thumbs up. I don't know how many we got. How many we got, Sean?
55. 159 watching. 56 now. Come on, get them thumbs up.
Come on, that's not even half of you. You sat there watching the show. Please stick them thumbs up. It
Shove
really
your
does help
thumb up
us.
the show.
I don't think we'll be doing this box away until we get 100 at least, yeah?
Oh yeah, at least
Yeah, I
100.
would have said. 160 watching. It should at least be 100 likes.
Come on, get them thumbs up.
Unless they
people.
all think it's shit.
Well,
You can't tell how many dislikes you've got. If they added up, then fair enough. But you can't tell anymore. So we want 100 likes before this box away is done.
Go on, give it down there. Down. Hit the thumbs up. Go
We're
on.
on 80 there.
Come on, Vic, show us what we've got.
So, from our wonderful sponsors, Geek Vape. I could never see the point in rainbow mods, but apparently it's a rainbow one we've got. What
Bunny, you'd
Aegis
love
is
it.
this? It's the Aegis Legend. Yeah, it's the Aegis Legend kit in rainbow. So I hope you're a fan of rainbow mods and rainbow tanks. So I've got that. We've also got one of the older series of the AP line. We've got the Geek Vape AP2 little pod / AIO kit from our wonderful
Really good.
sponsors. Wonderful sponsors over at Geek Vape. From our other wonderful sponsors, Mr. Rochford Project, we've got Cassiandora? Yeah, it's that one. Cassiandora cream. And we've got Crimson Seed from our wonderful sponsors over at Rochford
Crimson
Project.
Seed, I love that.
Yep.
Just imagine them, because I don't know where the fuck I put them. Just imagine them holding a packet of JTB coils from Chico. They were fucking here. They were fucking here a minute ago. It's a set of aliens, so it's going to be a set of alien coils from our other wonderful
That's
sponsors.
happened to, there we go.
JTB
Chicos.
coils. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I put them. That's the ones. Yeah, that's the fellas. In fact, I think it's the same coils actually I'm giving away.
I think he had a little bit of a problem with his Instagram site, so please make sure you message him.
He's not too well at the minute as well.
Yeah, he's not keeping well
too
last
well.
night.
I seen in your show last night. He came in and said he had to go. He wasn't feeling too well, and obviously he had the Gaviscon out and hand checks.
Yeah, he's been having.
He's not been feeling too well.
He's been having health problems. Now we've also got
one more like, people. Come on, 99. One more like.
We've just hit 100. There we go.
There we'll go.
Thank you very much. Just keep hitting the thumbs up, folks. We've also got temporary sponsor. I don't know why they did this, because I think they couldn't fucking sell them. We've got...
Well, they thought you were a nice person.
And I just love the way he sells his boxwares, man. He's like, I don't know why I'm putting this in here, but here it is.
Here it is.
Hell, man.
So, from the folks...
turkey breast.
From the folks over at UL, we have got it's the Prime Vision. We've got the Caliburn Prime Vision. It's the football-y themed one. So when you open this up, you're going to have one of those football themed plates on it. So there we go. It's the Caliburn Vision, and we've
there
also...
you go, guys. The mod shit, but the box is fucking awesome.
The mod's good. The mod's good though. You're gonna like that.
Joking.
And we've also got the A-gloss tank pod thing. They sent boxes of these out, so you get one tank with 6 coils. It's technically a stock coil sub-ohm tank, but it acts like a pod. So the 510 base remains on the mod when you screw it in, and the tank pops off with a set of magnets. So it's kind of a pod, but it's kind of not. So that's from our temporary sponsors over at
like
UL.
what Vupu did. Vupu did that, didn't he? Where they made
that.
the...
I think they were the first ones to do it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. So that's a lot of stuff out for the box away, and I totally forgot to open up Nightbot because I'm a fucking idiot. Hold on.
Oh, don't say that, Vic.
I'm
You're
out of
all
practice. Out of practice. That's what it is. Right.
Oh, we're all right. Nightbot's getting open up. So we're at 100, are we?
We're at 100.
104 now.
169 watching. Come on, we can get a few more in there, people. Make sure you join the Facebook group. I think we're coming up to about 1,000 people on that Facebook group. So come on, you lot. Join the Facebook group. It means you can get involved in the casters' questions.
Yup.
Adam hopefully will be back next week, so you'll be able to empty it all over his face.
He loves it as well. He's like,
He is, yeah. He's like he's eating Maltesers.
We extended the show to 2 hours, and we still didn't get time to get through them all.
We didn't, because some of those
No,
questions...
I'm a bit of rosé there. Bit of rosé, Cicero.
Some of those questions were actually quite good. You know, the long
Yeah.
answers. That was the thing.
I think that was the problem with it being an hour and a half show, wasn't it? We were getting a question like that, and it would be a long drawn out answer.
Then we'd only get 2 questions
Yeah,
done.
and you'd get like 2-3 questions done, and you were like, "Oh, that's questions."
It's one of them things, though. Please keep them coming. And again, if you haven't got yours written out or read out today, please put them back in for next week. We will answer them.
So, keyword for today's an obvious one. 2023, because it's 2023. I couldn't think of anything else.
Is
I think
it?
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's 2023 now. Type it once only. Thank you very much.
2023. It's going to take me a little while to remember to write that as well.
Yeah, I was writing stuff down for the fucking the rent up at the studio, and I kept fucking writing 2022. Fuck, I think I must have done it 3 times. Fuck.
I must admit, 2022 has been a shit year for everybody. I think the last 3 years.
Either. Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Because realistically, it shouldn't have been either. Because like we were out of lockdown and all that kind of thing. We should have been kind of getting back to normal, and it was just a fucking shit show from start to finish.
It was.
Prices going up a shit.
I don't think the government and the way things have been running in the country has helped at all. It's been absolutely terrible.
So 2022 can get to fuck.
You can't. The thing is, you can't. I think they're gonna have to change this bit where if they change prime ministers, it's got to be voted. It can't be that you just keep getting brand new ones.
Oh, like a fucking revolving door at number fucking 10. I don't think
you
Rishi
can't
Sunak's
keep
going to
doing
last
that.
much longer either. Not with all the strikes going on.
We said last week, didn't we? It's going to go back to 73, were it?
Oh yeah, the winter of discontent. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen. All the strikes that are happening.
It's completely screwing everything
know
up.
what that is.
Basically, the winter of discontent in the 70s, the entire country shut down because all the trade unions organised to strike at the exact same time. So bin men went and strike. There was fucking piles of garbage outside everyone's door. The Labour Party then instituted a 3-day working week to conserve power because all the fucking power people went and strike as well. It was a shit show. It really fucking was. Look it up, winter of discontent.
We're on the way to it. It's getting worse. It's getting worse, and a lot of people. There's only so much people can take, and you look at this now with the gas and electric. It's gone back up again.
Yeah, the gas bill, because everyone knows my mother likes it a bit toasty here. Our gas bill was shockingly high last month. I was like, oh, you need to tone down the heating a little bit more. But she wouldn't listen.
We're slowly like you're putting the heating on, and you're wanting to dry clothes as well this time of year. Now we are. My brother said last night on 3 Minute Vape Show, we're pretty lucky because it is a mild January. True, it is a mild January. Yeah. If we hit like we did like November time, when we're going down below 4, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. How are you gonna live? If you're spending, I don't know, £30 a week on your gas, and you're spending another £40 on your electric. How the hell? There's no money left.
I mean, what I've found weird is that we've been trying to kind of before the prices and that went up. If it got a bit nippy in the house, we'd bang the heating on. Just bang the heating on for an hour and stuff. And we've been trying not to do that. We've been trying put a throw over you or something like that. You know what I mean? Lie on the couch with just a throw over on you or something like that. And it doesn't seem to be making any fucking difference.
It doesn't.
Do you know what I mean? The bills are. I think we spent nearly £400 last month on gas and electric.
Yeah, easy.
And it's fucking crazy. I mean, you've got a big house here.
Easy, I'll tell you what. Easy to do it. It's, and then we got the £66 payment, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if it's we were having to phone them up, but you're sitting on trying to phone these electric and gas companies, or we were Utilia, trying to phone them up. You're like 80 in the queue.
See, we're here. What Scottish Power did here, because we're in a smart meter, they just automatically added it. That's
the same here.
The £66 has helped, but it's the fucking gas bill though. The gas bill is fucking astronomical.
It's not so much that. It's the stuff disappearing off, and you're thinking, well, where's that gone?
Yeah.
A smart meter, and it's disappeared, and it doesn't show where it's disappeared to, and you're like, right, I've got to phone you up. So then you try and phone them up, and you're 80th in the queue.
Yep, because everybody else has got problems as well.
Same problem.
It's fucking nightmare. I mean, the rent for the studio, that went up by an extra 30 quid, because I was chatting with the building manager. Old Stu sometimes watches the show. It's like, you're watching, Stu, how you doing? And he told
me rent down.
he told me the gas bill for that office building, it's in the tens of fucking thousands for that place, and he had to bump the rent up by 30 quid for all the people that were renting offices. And I was like, well, you either eat it. I either eat the extra cost, or I've got to move out and find somewhere else. But the problem is, there's nowhere else to actually rent a studio here in this town, because everything else is full. So I went, fuck it, I need to eat the cost. I need to eat it.
Zero, let me know when you're doing it. I don't think I can do it tomorrow night, but if you're doing it after here, I'll try and jump in, like. No problem.
Doing a what?
He's on about doing a Zoom room for people. How to chat. Yeah, I think it's one of them things, and I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. It's not. But it's like anything. It's like the fuel prices, like they put the fuel prices up. I mean, I think it was knocking on £2 for a litre of diesel, and it's gone back down, but it hasn't gone back down to where it was.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's gone back down. I think it's 176. I think or something like that. But they've done that loads of times. It's not just this time that they've done that. They'll pile it up so that it goes way beyond affordable, and then they bring it back down to like what's just affordable, and you're like, oh, thanks for bringing it back down, but it's not gone back down to what it was before, and they do it all the time.
The problem that I can't see is, obviously it's been discussed loads of times in Parliament, is the fact that these are making £billion profits.
Oh yeah.
So now they
Publicly
should be
as well.
taxed. They should be extra taxed on them. So, and then you're getting people who are like the managing directors getting £1 million bonuses. That's not fair. If you've got people who are there's people now, as we're sat probably in the dark.
Oh yeah, you see Channel 4 News, they've got a choice: either feed themselves or keep warm. That's the choice they've got.
And we're sat in 2023. We should never be sat with that choice.
There's elderly people sat there now with no heating on and absolutely freezing the tits off.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, these elderly people have bought houses but never upgraded the windows, so they're still on single
They're still on single pane
glazing.
/ windows. Yeah.
You know, and the houses are freezing, and these people, you know, I tell you now, people will die.
Oh yeah.
People have died.
Hmm?
This is
It's unreal, man.
This is one of the reasons I'm
It's
kind
so
of
sad.
It's one of the reasons I'm glad that I'm still here looking after my mum, because she actually said to me, was it after Christmas, that if I wasn't here helping with the rent and especially helping with the heating bills, she wouldn't be able to afford it. Simple as that.
Which is horrible. How old's your mum?
She's 81.
81-year-old and worrying about the fact that you can't afford to pay your bills.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to afford it.
And the thing obviously when your mum were a kid and when we were kids, it wasn't taught like that. The whole point was that you worked until you were 65, 60 as a woman.
Then retire.
And then you'd work till you bit, and then you'd got your pension, and then you were fine.
Yeah.
No, they've took the pensions off, the re-tax and everything else they can do. They're taxing the wrong people.
They are. Fucking nightmare. So we're going to be doing this draw in about 2 minutes, folks. 2023, if you've just joined us, type it in once. Once only, don't spam it. You'll be automatically banned. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I just hope that there's going to be some sort of big give in there. There's going to be some sort of where it's all going to go pop.
I think it's going to be coming sometime this year.
When enough people
are fed up and have enough, that's when the marches and the riots start.
Yeah.
Well, I think there'll be riots first. I think there'll be riots first before anything starts to give. I mean, it's like when the fuel prices went up in France.
France,
they just blocked the roads, and they blocked the roads. They got the trucks and everything, and they just sat on the road, and they would not move until they brought them prices down.
See,
would
France
not move
has
until
the
they
right
brought
idea.
the prices down, and they came down straight away. They had to bring them down. There was nothing going in or out the country.
Yep.
There was, do you know what I mean? There was no one could get to work. No one could get to and from, you know, important places, anything like that. And I can't see any other way of getting them to kind of turn the corner.
You've got I will call them idiots. The ones who do this about the oil, who glue themselves to places and go up on bridges and then
the
destroy
stop oil
art
lot.
that's been here long before they were ever fucking thought of.
What do you call
I'm
Insulate Britain.
Yeah, I'm really up for what they're going for. That obviously we've got to rethink of how we actually heat ourselves and how things should be done. But what they're doing is absolutely stupid. But if it did come to this for the country to shut down and people go, look, we've had enough, I'll be up for it. I'll be stood there with them. You know what I mean?
I think it's going to happen.
The idiots who are doing it for the right reasons, but doing it in the wrong way.
The wrong way, yeah, the wrong way.
The only thing I would have said is if that does decide to happen, you know, I think there should be it should be done properly, and there should be routes to hospitals and things like that, because that was one of the biggest. That was one of the biggest issues with what Insulate Britain did. I think they did it down in London, and there was actually someone rang Good Morning Britain that morning when they kind of blocked the roads, and this guy's mother was sat next to him in the car.
Yeah, dying
in the middle of a stroke.
Stroke, yeah.
And it was horrendous. Couldn't get to the fucking hospital.
It's got to be done properly, like you said. So there's routes, but again, how do you stop other people using them routes?
That's the thing. So before we do the draw, I'm surprised at this poll result. Are you going to the Me Expo? No, 60%. Maybe 21%, and only 19% saying yes. If those numbers hold up, it's going to be a very quiet expo in May. But then again, who the fuck can afford to actually go down? That's the fucking thing. I'm looking at train fares right now, and they're fucking astronomical. I'm looking at plane fares to see if they're cheaper. Are they fuck?
Well, me and him might actually end up clearing the back of his van out and just sleeping in that.
Yeah, it's fucking. If I can afford it, I'll be going down. Simple as that.
I'll be empty in the van anyway. I need somewhere to crack my bottles of wine open.
Again, we're pretty lucky because me and him are splitting it half and half. Petrol, everything going down there. We'll look after each other food-wise and cooking loads of sausages in the kettle. So we'll be fine.
Because I think...
Mate, I'm bringing a microwave.
That's fucking great. I'll be buzzing. I'll be bringing loads of Rustler's burgers if you're bringing a microwave.
We'll stop off at Tesco's and we'll just get them £1 ding nails.
Yeah.
Oh, the £1 ding meals are actually quite nice.
Mate,
Jason Hind, I think it's about £15, isn't it, for the ticket for Expo?
Yeah, it's about
if you're
15,
buying it. But there's a
15-ish
lot of
quid.
places around that you know, there'll be a lot going.
Well, stay tuned to this show all the way up to the Expo. I am sure that between the four of us, that there will be some tickets.
The ticket giveaways, yeah. The ticket giveaways, we usually get them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you were on about that. You were going to have a little bit of a word with him as well. We might be doing a show while we're there. So
yeah. Hopefully, anyway.
There might be bits where we'll be helping out.
So let's do the draw for all of that stuff over there. Let's roll it and see who's won all the goodies. Here we go. It's one of the semi-regulars who's been subscribed. So I like that Nightbot are now doing that. He's been subscribed since 2017. Nathaniel Ratliff. I was going to say Ratcliffe. Woo! No. Nathaniel, here's the big question. It's a stupid question, but I've got to ask it.
Come on it.
Come on it. Come on it. Holy cow! He's surprised. I think that's a yes.
Well done, Nathaniel. Decent haul there.
That name as well.
Well done, Nathaniel. Let's see if Stuart's still around.
Is that a holy name?
Nathaniel. I think it is. There he is. There's in with the link ninja. So what you need to do, Nathaniel, is do what Stuart's just popped in the comments there. Email me, victor@vapingwithvic.co.uk. Include your name, your postal address, and your zip code /postcode, and I'll get this lot sent out whenever Royal Mail stops striking.
Sam, it doesn't matter if he's in the UK or whether he isn't, it will get sent out there. And again, with all the people from the Christmas bit, just abide by us. At the minute, like Vic said, they're on strike.
They're on strike.
They're not delivering. I think I've had 2 bits of post all week.
Have you not seen the pictures of the backlogs in the actual post?
Oh my god, the warehouses are fucking really bad. Crammed.
Well, I'm sending. Obviously, I'll send a Christmas present over to Stu. I'm just holding on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because there's no point in me sending it now. It could be sat there till February. I'm just holding on.
And yeah, Sam, the giveaways and the boxaways in this channel are worldwide. It's not UK only. Because I can afford to do it because I've got the Patreons backing up the channel. That's how I can afford the postage. Anyway, should we wrap this up, fellas? I think we're done. Are we done?
Can do.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Good show.
Aidan, over to you.
Big love to everybody. Happy New Year. Make sure you stay safe, and I hope we all have a better 2023. Thank you so much to all the spanners who look after us week in, week out. We love you loads. Adam, we have missed you, bro. The emptying of the sack all over your face is not the same, even though you did it absolutely fantastic. Still a job like you've always done, Vic.
It gets all clanky in Vic's beard as well.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Now he's solved that. Big love to you all. Make sure you catch us tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Sabs is on. So come and join us tomorrow night at 10 p.m. It'll be a good giggle over on the Sabs channel. And don't forget to join us on a Wednesday for 3 Men and a Vape show. We've got a new caster, my little brother. Well, my big brother. He's not my little. Well, he's little, but I'm
tiny.
He's bigger than me. Well, older. He's not bigger. Big love to you all. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you next week.
And that was Aidan Littlebro on to Sean Grizz.
Yeah, same as what Aidan said. Thank you very much to the spanners and chat. You have been awesome as usual. Thank you to you guys. Love casting news every week. And miss you, Adam. Big Rob Bumwolf for your son.
Penny Vape Sands.
Yeah, come back next week. All is forgiven. Yeah, come over, catch us on the Misfits on Sunday at 9:30. We will be live. We are going to have a guest. That'll be a good giggle.
Who's the guest?
I'm telling you.
Oh.
I'm telling you. And obviously I am starting to hammer my Twitch channel again as well, so that's over on Zombies 8, Twitch/Zombies 8, my channel. Come over there, watch me play some scary games, die a lot and kick off. It's great. Well, big love, people. And always remember, fuck shit and monkey tits, and don't forget the
We
Queen.
love the Queen.
So,
I knew that was coming.
big thanks to, of course, Sean Grizz and to Aidan, Mr. Littlebro Vapes. Adam, hope you're back next week and not down south again. Massive thanks to the spanners, to Bunny, of course, to Mr. Stu, the Link Ninja, and to everyone else that's been basically supporting this show all the way through 2022, all the way through 2023. That is it from us. We should be back next week, same time, same place, on this channel. Have a good one, folks. Bye!